All right, guys, so let's go ahead and just go through what's in your packet, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing you have is one of these heavy cardstock white sheets. This is going to be your cover. And then I've got you some fancy paper, and unfortunately the paper wasn't as fancy as I thought it was because the other side is white. There is a trick around this. Put your color pages together and then put your white pages together. So the color to color and then white to white. So when you put this book together, you're going to actually fold this in half. So at least this way, these two pages are facing each other, and when you turn the page, these two pages will be white, and then just keep repeating that pattern. So that's the way you're going to want to lay this paper. Also in your kit, you're going to have some sewing thread in this little cup. You've got at least one of 3 different metallic pens, and then I also gave you a nice black ballpoint writing pen for writing in your journal. And then you're also going to have one sewing needle, and these are sharp, so be careful. So you're going to have one needle. So I'm not going to bore you with just watching me draw on my cover. So what you can do is you can draw the cover of your book, and if you want to draw on the other side, this will be the inside. So if you want to draw, I would cut, well not cut, but I would do like one drawing here and then one drawing here. Because when you put this all together, you're going to have your pages in here, your cover of your book is out here, and you're going to be folding this in half. So one side of this sheet is going to be the back of your book on the inside, and then one side of this sheet is going to be the inside cover of your book over here. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together. First thing you want to do is to perfectly fold this paper in half. All right. So basically this is going to end up as the spine of your book, and then you can just open it up. All right. You're going to want to do the same with these sheets of paper. Go ahead and just take all of them and fold them in half and then crease it. Okay, so there you go. You're going to put the paper in the middle here, like that. Now your next step is to go ahead and sew all this together. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. You can open up your book, put your needle there so it doesn't roll away, and get out your thread. Go ahead and thread your needle. All right, there you go. Now the holes that you make they just don't need to be perfect. 3 holes minimum, 5 holes are better. What I like to do is just take my needle, find roughly the center of this crease on the inside, and then just go ahead and push the needle through all the sheets of paper, just like that. Okay? Now, if you want to do 3 holes, I would put the 3rd hole right about the center between the middle of your paper and the edge. If you want to do 5 holes, I would go ahead and just put maybe a hole right here and then another hole right about here. So I'm going to do 5 of these so you can see how that's done. So again, just poke the hole through and then grab this and then poke another hole through, just like that. And then do the same on the opposite side here. So you don't have to make the spacing perfect. So now that we've got the 5 holes, we're going to go ahead and sew this together. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is put a knot at the end of my thread, and I will show you why in a little bit. So, you put the needle through right here. Okay, now find on your outside of your cover, go ahead and find the hole and thread the needle through. Okay. And go ahead and pull this thread. There we go. Now leave a tail because you don't want that to go through. Okay. Now sew through this hole. Just like that. And then sew through this way. And then your last hole, you sew through that way. Okay. So one thing that I like to do is I want to go back through and put in, basically go back through the holes again and do another layer. So in order to do that, you're going to take your thread and you're going to go on the outside here and you're going to go through this hole right here. Okay. And go ahead, if any of your thread is loose, go ahead and get it tightened up and then go back through this hole right here. All right. And then go through this hole. All right. And now we've got our little tail here. Now you can make this knot on the outside of your book. I prefer to just do it on the inside, and it doesn't need to be a really big knot, just a little one. Okay. And then if you've got somebody who can help you at home to put their finger right here to hold the knot still, that's a big help. All right, so now there's the knot. I'm going to go ahead and cut the excess thread with some scissors. And now our book has been sewn together. So I'm going to come up close where you can see that. Okay, so if you can see the stitching, you see how the stitching looks like it runs the entire length, but what I did is I went back through the opposite holes one more time, and then you can see it right there as well. So now that your little book is together, now this is very basic, it's very rudimentary way to put a little book together. If you were going to make a larger one, what you would do is you would do this multiple times, and then once you've had a stack of these, then you're going to put them all together and put them in a big binding. And that is pretty much the way books are sewn together. And there you go. So I hope you enjoy writing in your journal. The little stickers that I give you in the packets is just if you want to embellish your journal anywhere, you can do whatever you like with those stickers. You don't have to put them in the book if you don't want to. All right, so happy writing in your journal, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, bye.